Let me teach you how to vibe. Yeah, better lesson. Let me teach you how to die. Yeah, 2 rounds in a limited time. I have you scoring a dangling spine. Now let them sure hold it high. Hey, yeah. We want it all, we don't do splits, Johnny. I told her, get over here, she stole a kiss from me. I'm full of gin in the wind, but every step, golly, yeah. She think I'm smooth like the Shaolin. Hit the night whoop, now she howling. You can smell the smoke and it's riding. These niggas like to sit and talk. I'ma keep rolling up the frost. 4-arm nigga got the boss. 4-arm niggas got the boss. Little bitch, you green on the net. Cyrax, big black nigga on set.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Nigga on set. Jax, come and test your might or test your sight. These bitches busy like Devora, I need pesticides. But you from out world, nigga, bet you choose the side. Before I lose this ice, picking your side. The link quay from the slide. Ball fast, cabal, Aaron Black, I'm a blast, I'm a spawn of a con, no Corona, Katanya, Shiva looking like something out of Wakanda, I'm trying to climb her, eat it like Melina, I'm the finest downer to the mask off, got a hot cough, Shane Shum, trying to beat me, you a knockoff, I'ma keep tapping. Let me teach you how to vibe, yeah, better lesson, let me teach you how to die, yeah, 2 rounds in a limited time, I have you scoring a dangling spine, now let them sure hold it high. Yeah, we want it all, we don't do splits, Johnny. I told her, get over here, she stole a kiss from me. I'm full of gin in the wind, but every step, golly, yeah. She think I'm smooth like the Shaolin. Hit the night whoop, now she howling. You can smell the smoke and it's riding. These niggas like to sit and talk. I'ma keep
Let me teach you how to vibe.
4-arm nigga got the boss. 4-arm niggas got the boss.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Into the end zone! 5 Nation, stand up!
Shotbybuddha Facebook Gaming in the building.
Man, Cam was always first. Hey, Cam, stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me. Pizza Man KT2 to go. Felipe Nevin B Walker. What it do, player? Nano T Gaming say he need that plus photo power. All right. If you on Facebook, hit that like, share, follow, and comment. If you on Twitch, Amazon Prime, free sub once a month, me or any other content creator, picture in picture. If you on Kick, up to 50 emotes, all you gotta do is be a follower, picture in picture, hit that follow button. If you watching from the red, hit that like, comment, share, tap in with your boy. I ain't saying no names, but I am saying I made that Kevin Byard post, and I am saying Kevin Byard retweeted it from 104.5 The Zone like 2 days later. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even one of them people that did act like that. So it's like, I'm just glad to see that, you know, Titan fan base is on the same page.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Dang, what that's not why I'm here. D'Angelo, what up? All right, so Uplifting Souls, Big Jeff in the building. Got a few things to go over today. I just had to say that. Hey man, let me see some Fed watching stickers in the chat. But anyways, one thing that I do gotta get I gotta get right with is L'Jarius Sneed to IR. I've been posting how the roster looked all week. I thought the Titans would sign a practice squad corner to give them some depth. Sunday, we're going to see Darrell Baker Jr., Jalen Armour Davis, and Roger McCreary, with probably safeties coming to the nickel spot to help them. Imagine. Do you think Sneed ever plays in a Tennessee Titan uniform again? Maybe. Maybe not. He said NBA gambling. I don't even want to get into that. I ain't looked into it deep enough. Nor do I care about the NBA. Yeah, I mean, you can't trade him because he's on IR, so he's got to sit out at least four weeks. That takes us past the trade deadline. And it lowers his value. So more than likely, you're going to have to wait it out and see how healthy he is to finish the season. So a lot of things could come to pass between now and then. Also the Tennessee Titans. And I need that same energy for y'all that was arguing with me about the NWI post. Because since I made the NWI post, Lockett has quit and walked away from a $4 million contract. Titans signed Lance McCutcheon, been in the league since 2022, 3 years, 10 games, 5 targets, 0 catches for 0 yards, with 0 everything. This man has zeros across. Please tell me the Tennessee Titans with Mason Kinsey, James Prochet, and Xavier Restrepo as the 3 practice squad receivers that could be a game day elevation. Please tell me that you did not sign a 4th receiver to make this guy practice special teams. Please tell me this is not what we're doing. If so, I'm starting to believe the front office of the Tennessee Titans is not in line and not even speaking to the coaching staff, because you can't make me believe that Denard Wilson has been coaching but with his hands tied behind his back, said he didn't want Jarvis Brownlee. Nobody can make me believe that. That's got to be some front office stuff. You see what I'm saying? So sign Lance McCutcheon, a receiver who has 0 catches and 0 yards and 5 targets in 10 games in 3 years. And you telling me that we couldn't have just kept Traylon Burks and just elevated Traylon Burks this week? You telling me that Xavier Restrepo is not worthy of a few snaps? We had a left guard running routes last week, and this week we have a guy we signed that doesn't have a career catch in 3 years. So I'm just really trying to see what the Tennessee Titans is trying to do. I'm going to need them to elevate Restrepo. Also, how different would it have sounded? Hear me out, Titan fans, hear me out. If you just had brought Traylon Burks back to finish the season of his 4th year of his rookie deal after he cleared waivers from his health with his collarbone, the Commanders now have him on the practice. Why not just bring Traylon Burks? Hear me out. If they would just listen to me in the beginning. NWI, A.O. Monner, DK, Traylon Burks, Restrepo. Then if you don't see nothing from Restrepo, you bring Bryce Oliver in when he comes back healthy, or you put Prochet in because he's kind of explosive. Some things is just simple. Okay, we can't make any of those moves. Look where we're at. We have 4 receivers that's on active roster, and we got 4 cornerbacks. We have nothing. Like, we're completely depleted. He said Sneed is just collecting money. I know he is, but I don't blame him. Do you blame Sneed? This is the thing, D'Angelo. Our GM, Mike Bergonzi, was with Veach when they traded Sneed. A lot of teams had reservations about his knee. He rehabbed the knee. The knee is fine. But since he's been in Nashville, it's been the quad. What happens when you have a knee? You overcompensate somewhere else. What happens when you have an hamstring? You overcompensate somewhere else. So the quad, I think, is an overcompensation from the stress he put on his knee. The reason why a lot of teams passed on him and why his deal wasn't as big. We thought his deal was going to be $100 million. It was like 75. It's like 18, $20 million a year. instead of the 25, 30 that he was going to be looking for. So it's like the Titans got him because they took a chance on him. He was healthy up until the second half of that game.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Sunday, and I do feel like because he knows where the guaranteed money's at, why would he rush himself out there? Why would he play injured? Why would he do anything and sacrifice anything for this organization and the way that they act? If just put yourself in his shoes. You rehab. Nobody expected Sneed to be healthy to start the season like he was. He comes back. They're gonna be playing in Denver. It's a big matchup. Cam Ward's first game. Patrick Surtain. You get a chance to show out. And then like 2 weeks later, the guy that's opposite of you, that's taking pressure off of you, Jarvis Brownlee, gets traded. At that moment, you know, like, ah, man, the fix is in. Like, why would he fight for the team? It depends, Terrell. What's going on with the organization? They got a disconnect. Did you see what Eddie George said today? Eddie George said what I've been saying. They got no culture. They set the franchise back with the hiring and firing. And now they're in a position where you're having to sign Lance McCutcheon in a week where you only got 4 rosters on active. They got as many practice squad receivers as they got that's active that can play. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Titans is in a bad spot. And I'm going to tell you how they can fix it. The post I made about the coaches is true. Titans need to stop thinking about bringing an offensive coach in. You don't need a coach for one player, Cam Ward. That's what they did with Will Levis, with Callahan. You need a coach for the 53-man roster that can galvanize the team, is young enough and got enough energy to try to build this thing over, right? With the understanding that in a 10-year window, if you have the same coach, that in that 10-year window, you're going to have some seasons where you win 4, 5, or 6 games. It's just going to happen. Look at the Texans this year. DeMeco Ryans has the Texans on the right path, but we all know the issues with their roster and their offensive line and the injuries that they've taken on, that the Houston Texans are having a down year this year. The Ravens is having a down year. Do you fire and just break everything up because you had a bad year? Or you take this as a year to get better and bounce back like some of the other teams in the league have done? That's truly what the Titans should do. And when it's another post that I had made, but I haven't posted it yet, and I will do it. When I do this post is truly just to say, what positive do you see going forward? The cornerstone pieces of the team: Cedric Gray, 3rd in the league in tackles; Chimere DK leading the league in all-purpose yards, had a breakout game because they finally decided to use him and realize that he's a good player on offense. You know, we're not running bubble screens blocking for Tyler Lockett anymore. We realized that we got a guy with a sub 4.340 that we could get him the ball in space, and he might, if he can run kicks and punts back, maybe he could catch a bubble screen or a drag route or over route, which he scored on Sunday. Gunnar Helm, Peter Skoronski. I told y'all I think J.C. Latham is not 100%. I think they rushed him back, letting him work through. He's a first-round pick. We haven't seen Khalil Mullins. We know what Tajay Spears is if he's healthy. We know what A.O. Monner is. Why not see what you have in Restrepo? Why not? Femi looks like a good run setter. Tavondre Sweat came back off of IR and got a sack Sunday. We know what T Sweat is. We know what Big Jeff is. Hook is having a down year, but I think they got him kind of playing out of position. I love Kevin Winston Jr. Xavier Woods has been solid. You know what you got there to build a Tennessee Titan franchise, like to build it back up. All City, what up, down? That's what they got to do. Look at the positive players that you got and just build around that. But the sad part is the other post that I made today. Y'all dropped them crystal balls in the chat. Suave, ATL, Jonathan Mitchell, no relation. I think the problem is I did a hard look at the free agent and the receivers that's coming out. There's nobody that the Tennessee Titans that can take that's under 28 that they could extend that could help them outside of Kayvon Thibodeau. And the reason why I say him, and now y'all probably you say Kayvon a lot. They got Brian Burns, who's like at the top of the league in sacks, and they got Abdul Carter, who was their #1 draft pick. It's not going to be room for all of them. And Kayvon was a top pick. He's like 24, 25 years old, 6'5". He's got the prototype edge size, pause. And then Jalen Phillips on the Dolphins. The Dolphins on the fire sale. They don't have any money, and he's coming up. You know, so those are two edges that are young that you could trade for and extend, because I don't see many places like in the positions of need. The Titans, there's nobody that they could get at the age that they want to get it for. And then when you look around outside of that, like you can't get Garrett Wilson. No free agent really wants to come to Nashville. You don't want to. I'm tired of getting these old guys. So the only other person is the Bears. I don't think the Bears let go of Jalen Johnson. They got Caleb Williams on his rookie deal. Jalen Johnson's 25, 26, one of the best corners in the league. You know, I don't think they let go of Jalen Johnson. But those are the three people that contracts is coming up that you could get, trade for, and extend. If you're the Titans, I think you could get decent value from. Dolphins are trash. The Giants are trash. And the Jets, you know, it's like the Bears are a team that's on the upswing. So, like, I don't know if they let go of it. But the Titans are going to have to win it in the draft. They're going to have to win it in the draft. And looking around, like, they're going to have to take options and eat cash on Sneed and Red. And unless there's some kind of way that you can make some kind of sweet deal on Red, I think you kind of stuck. The Titans' best case scenario for the Titans is I would go after one or both of those two edge rushers. So if you know that Arden Key is probably on the way out, you know that Draymond's on the way out, Jihad, all these guys, how different do it sound if you have Kayvon, Jalen Phillips, Femi Oladejo on the outside? You got three young guys, T Sweat and Big Jeff in the middle, and then you just try to build depth around that and draft another edge next year. It give you a lot to play with. They just don't need to be in a position where we so thin at edge like we are now. Then you don't have to spend $30 million on a corner when you can create a pass rush. I think they got to put themselves in that type of position. At the defensive back, it's going to be Baker Jr., Jalen Almar Davis, and Roger McCreary. And a lot of teams been asking about Roger. We don't know if they're going to trade Roger or extend him. Roger said today that they haven't had any talks with him about extensions. So let's see Marcus Harris. They need to get Marcus Harris in the rotation. They drafted Marcus Harris in the 5th round this year. They drafted Jarvis Brownlee in the 5th round the year before. Let's see what Marcus Harris got. Bro, I promise you, it can't be worse than 2nd and 33 getting beat. It can't be. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just see what he got. They got to start playing some of these young guys and see what they got, because I just don't see all the free agents, the tight ends, the wide receivers, everybody's old that's going to be coming up for free agency. So unless you take in a young player to extend off of another bad team,
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Then the Tennessee Titans is going to have to load up picks and start trying to move up in the draft order and try to win in the draft. That's a long process, but you know, edge, wide receiver, it's some places the Tennessee Titans need help bad. Front office is scared to have X be the biggest threat on the team. I don't think so. I think this front office in their mind has some type of prototype and some kind of disconnect in talking to the coaches and what they need versus what the front office thinks we should have. But This ain't the new Packers. This ain't the new Patriots. This ain't the new Niners. This should just be simply the Tennessee Titans. Some guys that's going to buy in. High character guys, high motor guys, high effort guys, and just build that way. What coach do I want? I like to see Salah or Flores. I want somebody that's going to bring energy as a coach. Somebody that's going to stay there for 10 years, young enough to build a culture. That's why I'm out on Gruden and McCarthy. I think those guys have already won championships and not interested in coming in and rebuild a culture because they've coached legendary franchises, you know. And when you look at Cliff Kingsbury and Joe Brady, I don't see them as like culture builders or where Nashville is at truly if Tennessee Titans want to look in the mirror. I think people like Robert Saleh or Brian Flores is people that would come in with the energy to want to go like from the ground. Like I'm talking about community. I'm talking about in the front office, speaking to the janitor. I'm talking about all that. Like that's what the Tennessee Titans need. He said 25 young. The Tennessee Titans can't get 25 young elite players. They need 53 really solid football players that buy in. A long HDMI to the TV in the back? Nah, it's Bluetooth. Hey man, everybody pass the blunt to my dog, Uplifting Souls. Uplifting Souls, you know they have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi now, don't you? Ravens Joe. My boy forgot all about Wi-Fi. Bluetooth. All right, the Georgia Church is open. That's the things that I wanted to rap about and how undefeated I am. That post that I made
teach you how to vibe.
this day last year saying, well, it's a fire sale. Tennessee Titans trading D-Hop to the Chiefs. He's going to go over there and go to the Super Bowl. And what happened? D-Hop left the Tennessee Titans, went over to the Chiefs, and went to the Super Bowl. And guess who he played and lost to? A.J. Brown. Tennessee Titans just, man. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, Eddie George did go off. I spoke about that when I first got on. Like, he said what I've been saying, though. Like, you know, we did my last YouTube video about the toxic. That's what Eddie George was talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's just about like, bro, listen. It's no way that you can fire 2 head coaches and fire 2 GMs and let Hall of Fame caliber talent walk away and think that you're not setting your franchise back to some extent. You know what I'm saying? And he said a decade, and some people don't believe in the decade. They're like, oh, it ain't that bad. But when you think about it, the Browns had Baker Mayfield and Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is on the Texans. Jarvis Landry had went to the Saints. I think he's out the league. Odell went to the Rams and won the Super Bowl. And then Baker Mayfield has won the division in the Buccaneers every year he's been there. How many years has passed since that Baker Mayfield situation? What, 3-4 years? Browns got 8 quarterbacks on payroll. Just traded Joe Flacco to the Bengals. Traded Kenny Pickett. Got Dylan Gabriel, don't believe in him. Rumors is they want to start Shador at the end of the season. Now look where they are. How long before the Browns can get back to a playoff game? You know, like the Deshaun Watson situation, like that's like a whole decade that you're gonna say since Baker Mayfield left, they may make the playoff one or 2 years out of 10 because of all those mistakes in the carousel. The faster you stop the carousel, the faster your team can rebuild. Say it again.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
The faster you accept this L and start the rebuild, the faster you can get back to respectability. What up, Asher? Said her AJ might be, but I mean, it doesn't matter. The Eagles are gonna be the best team in their division. They could put AJ Brown on IR, and the Eagles will still have the best record by the time he comes back. But Eddie George did go in though. The rebuild don't take 4 years if you do it right. Like, I've shown y'all 1,000 times. I don't even feel like I should have to go and show y'all what needs to be done to the roster. If they just do it right one time, the Tennessee Titans will be a competitive team next year with a solid roster. That's all they have to do. It don't take 4 years. If they just do it right one time, they'll be straight. Question is they willing to do it? That's the question. The question is, are they willing to really, truly rebuild? All you have to do is walk in the locker room and pick 10 guys, pick 5 or 10 guys that's going to be the guys. And they're not hard to find. Peter Skoronski, Lloyd Cushenberry. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go down and pick your guys and say, you know what? Let's buy in. And at that point, it don't even matter who the coach that comes in is. Like, you just got to get your guys in the locker room to buy in. Because the Titans actually have pretty good trade bait. When you think about Zietler and you think about Tony Pollard, you think about you're talking about the edge rushers the veteran edge rushers that we do have left. Because, like, more than likely you have to eat Red and Sneed's money if you want to move on from them. But Diggs will be gone. Like, you could clear up a lot. Will Levis, like, you should be able to get, if they really was hustling, they should be able to get an extra like 3 or 4 draft picks by trade deadline. And coming into next year, Tennessee Titans having like 11 or 12 draft picks and use those picks to move up. They did really good in the 4th round this past year. Shemray DK, Gunnar Helm, A.O. Monner all in the 4th. Like, moves like that, like moving back to get Femi and then getting Kevin Winston Jr., like, they're going to have to do things like that. They top pick, they should deal out of it. If it's like a top 3 pick, I think they should deal out of it like the Browns did. Then they loaded. They should be straight. That's why I say it just takes one good offseason. Let's say they move back like the Browns did and they came into the draft and they picked 10 to 12 picks, like, they'll be fine. It's just they got to pick best available. Stop thinking about positions of need. Just pick best available talent. That's what they need to do. Best available talent and stop thinking about positions of need. Because the Tennessee Titans, position of need usually winds up in an overpay for a Sneed, overpay for Dan Moore, overpay for Tyler Lockett. When you going for positions of need instead of just getting best available for you. All right. Doors of the church is open though, man. Anybody got anything they want to add to the conversation? They want to talk about any of these things? Drop it. You ready for the other topic? Okay, for sure. All right. Next topic. Big Jeff asked me, what keeps me going in content year after year? And I told him that's a great question. Give me a second to think about that. One thing about it for me that makes content able for me to do is it's what I love to do. It's something that it's a passion of mine. I find purpose in it. It's like the shop is like therapy for me. You know, it's like it's something I get to do. That's something that's part of me that makes me me. My daughter makes content, so it's also something that me and her can share. That two things that we do, you know, somewhat in common, which is, you know, a fun thing to be able to have something that, you know, you and your kid both do. And also like the community of how we able to shape shift a little bit and came from just a bunch of gaming and a little podcast into now it's like 50-50. I do more of the other stuff than game at this point, but I still game and do my competitive stuff. But I've always set out day one for Vibe Nation LIP to be influential, to move with a purpose, to have spirit, to be purpose driven. You know what I'm saying? And I just think you find something spiritual in it. You know, it's like when you see Restrepo say like, yo, I'm faith driven. That's how I'm able to make it through not playing or something like that. I got faith that what we do is good and is good work. And when it's my time and my opportunity to be on a bigger stage or a bigger platform with the platform that I have, it'll happen. And if it doesn't happen, it's still gonna be, nothing's gonna change about the message from day one about LIP and Vibe Nation. That's truly. And if anybody want to add on to that or got any other questions about, like, you seen the landscape of content creation, how many people like just, because I don't think they was truly passionate about it. I think some people is in it to try to, and there's nothing wrong with it. They in it to win it. But at some point, your faith gonna be tested on what your purpose is and what you're doing. And you'll have to answer to that, to your spirit. You know what I'm saying? How you feel about the content or what you're doing, all that. I think that's something that that's something that everybody's gonna have to at some point, you know, answer for or deal with. And that's with anything, you know, like a perfect example is like when you look at Shaq and you look at Charles Barkley and you look at like some of the superstar players that we grew up watching, they've had better careers and they've found other things that's like been more fulfilling to them and more purposeful. Especially like if you watch Tim Tebow's story is like one of them ones, you know, when he get to explaining the moment that he knew that like God had a bigger purpose for him than playing football. And people like, wow, how could an NFL player just quit? He must have sucked. And it's like, nah, then you see what his purpose is now. It's way bigger than football. So I feel like when it comes to this content and this content creation in the shop and what I'm doing and the way I've been changing it and the way I see it going, the direction I see it going, I feel like it's just one of them things where like my purpose with it is growing. Is, you know what I'm saying? It's growing. It always was to be the most influential and influence people in a positive direction. But I think it's gonna grow even further. That's why I do it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my why. That's my why. Cause it's not like this don't feel stressful. Even when it's like a lot of success behind it, it's the same. Even when things seem like it's not there, it's like it's the same for me. It's just something I love to do. hopefully that was like a really a answer that truly like wet the whistle, so to speak, that answered your questions about why I still continue to make content and to push with my vision of what I want my content to be. That was a really good question though. That's a really solid question. Gave me an idea where I'm at. Yeah. Because it's like some people wanted to be a Facebook partner. I never wanted to be a Facebook partner. I wanted to be a household name in content. I wanted to transition between making podcasts and gaming and doing tournaments and hosting and doing IRL stuff. Like I just truly wanted to be and still aim to be like a jack of all trades when it comes to content. So it's like the things that may frustrate or sidetrack or deter other people just it ain't really the same for me. Cause that's why I always tell people, like, everybody got different plans of what they want to do with their content or with their community or just their life. Like that, watching that show last night was like, I know it's like a chick flick to some of y'all and y'all don't like, well, y'all don't be into it, but that Love is Blind season, it was like kind of crazy to see like how the season ended and how everybody's purpose and what everybody's after. Even though you might be in the same genre in the same space, like everybody's after something different. 2 times, like everybody after something different in that show last night was like the perfect example of that. Of like, yo, it's some people that's looking for different things in life. And I think one of my favorite people on the show was Jordan. And Jordan was like, teach you how to vibe. Yeah, you don't want a regular guy. You don't want to be a wife, and it's okay. And she's just like going on. He's like, we're really not that different. You just have enough money that you'll never got to work again. And I have to go to work Monday morning because I got a kid to take care of, and you don't have a kid, so you don't know what it's like. And she's just like crying, and he's like, no need for that. She's like, where you going? He's like, I'm going to pick my son up from school. She's like, do you have any regrets? Like, yeah, introducing you to my son, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Good luck. I was like, dude got the ultimate salute. You know what I'm saying? So that go back to my conversation about some conversations when people misalign with me and y'all see me kind of like snap off. It's like, if a person ain't got no kids, when you come to a certain conversation, it's not gonna mesh well. Not you though, Jeff. It's like with certain people you know what I'm saying? Like somebody with no kids that's living at home with their folks or they in college or something, what they see in content or what they do is completely different than me, or what they see in Madden for that matter. You know what I'm saying? For me, I know what it means for me. I can't speak with nobody else because everybody ain't got the same intentions in mind. 2-time, what up though? Some Giants looking like. Boundaries and respect, for sure. But see, Jeff, you can feel the energy of how energy and shifted with certain people that be around or come through, because it's like some people always in competition. I'm not in competition. Some people is always gauging their success or their happiness or the things that they like or their goals or aspirations next to other people. That's just not me. That ain't ever gonna be me. It ain't part of my makeup. It ain't who I am. It ain't what I do. Ain't nothing nobody else can do can make me happy. Ain't nothing nobody else can get and do can make me unhappy. What I want for myself and my family is what I want for myself and my family, and that is truly it. And no two people should be alike. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of us are different. We're like a damn snowflake. So that's why I say, like, you know, everybody gotta find their purpose. You know what I'm saying? And while they do things, and people will get irritated being around me because, like, I could never be in competition with somebody, some other person. I just had to do what I do. He said, I see who not here and who is just gonna move different because somebody else is. All those things. You see what I'm saying? But that's fine, bro. Like, cause the reality of it is, like, I spend my time on people that come through, the people that engage. Me making that sports content has brought a lot of new eyes to the content, to the platform. Not the lives, but it bring a lot of people to the content. So it's like when I look at my reach and I see my reach getting back up into the millions, like, okay, my text post and my picture post is impactful. I'll do that till somebody brings me on they live and realize the value of me speaking. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? Cause me and my mama had been talking to me about, like, you gotta rebrand, you gotta rebrand. She been saying it and I just didn't know what she meant. She really couldn't explain it, but I see, like, by me making more Titan and more sports content, it's like I'm making my content more palatable for the people that don't see the lives. The people that see the lives is the hardcore fan base. And I'm gonna make sure I give y'all, you know what I'm saying, the grade A interaction for y'all being here every day. Cause I truly appreciate it. Cause I'm one of them people that I might have a handful of people that's watching on the book. I might have a handful on Twitch, handful on YouTube, handful on Kick, and it'll fluctuate. Sometime I'll look over here and it'll say 100 people. Sometime it'll say 50. Sometime it'll sit at 40 all night. Whatever it is, I'm appreciative of the people that come through when they come through. If it ain't every day, if it's once a week, if it's once a month, whatever it is. Say, what's the topic? Jeff asked me a question in the Discord earlier, and I had texted him. I said, I'm gonna answer it on the stream. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I really couldn't get as in depth with it, like texting, because it's a lot to say. Switch to Twitch, so you can do picture in picture. That's why I do it, piece of man. So it's like, if you on Twitch or if you on Kick or you on YouTube, you can picture in picture. I try to make it where it's available for y'all wherever y'all comfortable watching it. So wherever you comfortable at watching, I need to put the content where you're comfortable with, not the other way around. He said you made a lot of streamers and OB by Mike and Cam, and once they did that, they started streaming. They stick with it. If somebody got beef with me, it's dry age at this point. Man, I don't even. What is beef? Beef don't even exist. Like, the thing about it is two times. It's like, sometimes God speak to you in a different way. Like, we was really getting ready to do, and it's crazy because, like, I said it, and when I say it, it's like, when it happened, you just have to let it happen, right? Like, me and Rich was talking, and we was trying to figure out what we was gonna do with the tournament website and all that. We was gonna do the college tournament, and then Buddy was gonna do a $500. He was gonna do 1,000, and I was like, nah, I'll break it to 2 5s. Rich said 4 250s. I said, nah, 2 5s. 1 5 on college, 1 5 on Madden. Well, something happened, and he wasn't able to do the Madden one. And and I was just saying, like, that'd be a good look by the time we get to having our negotiations with the people that run the site. Then we'll have it figured out. We'll be straight to do tournaments. But in reality, that was just like, in my mind, in my heart, I feel like I was being pushed away from it slightly. Because when I talked to them people and I seen what the pain that they went through losing the person that's over the site, and seeing how some people was reacting to us saying, like, we ain't on the tournaments right now. It's like, some people is like, even like, but like sometimes like the Hemi dude, it's 2 of them. It's the second one. It's the one that's like a snipe. I said something a little rough to him. I don't take it back. You know what I'm saying? It's like some of y'all just come by asking about tournaments, but y'all never, y'all, Buddha, what's up? What's good with you, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all never come to rap. So it's like, if you a person that come for just the tournaments and you don't come to rap or kick it or none of that shit, I could care less if you don't comment, if you don't fuck. Like the streamers that, you know, only have Facebook, that never want to make a YouTube, kick, or Twitch, and was in panic mode. Like, I don't care about none of that. All I care about is that for the people that's here, the people that come, the people that talk in the Discord, the people that comment on the post and all that, the people that really part of the shop, I appreciate y'all. And I'm not worried about that other stuff.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Because like when you have times like this, it's a time for you to be able to see everything and see how people react and engage to stuff.
Let me teach you how to
me and Rich
vibe.
was like, maybe this is the time to just focus our content on other stuff and just really focus on that, and have a season where we don't touch. We're not even thinking about these tournaments and stuff. And if something happens, it's like we'll get, you know, it'll come up through something else. You see what I'm saying? It'll come by way of something else. Because think about it. What brought this up? Big Jeff had asked about it. He asked me a question, but I know why he asked me that question. He don't have to tell me why his mind was there. I already knew. But it's just the point of like, if I said, yo, all like 2 times, all the people that come to the Discord, that come to the stream to talk about their teams and how much money they spent on it and this, or tournament shit. When I say, yo, I'm playing Skimbo on Saturday at noon, how many of them people that spent all that money and all that time that can't qualify, that don't win tournaments, that don't pop in to just talk sports and shoot the shit with us, actually would come watch that, support just by watching, post it on YouTube, would go hit the like on it and say, yo,
teach you how to vibe.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so why should I even care about creating opportunities for people to play in tournaments to win money that can't come and just hit the like on a YouTube video and hit GG's? You see what I'm saying? So like when Rich do his content with his sister, when he do viral cowboy posts and stuff, and other cowboy people who want to get a game with him, who want to come on the podcast Silver and Blue with him, they want to do reels with him and want to ask him questions, they want to get a game during the day, can't go like his post when it's viral and it's got 1 million views on it, make somebody sit back and say, you see what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, it pushed my purpose to not be focused on those people and just like, yo, what am I doing so I can make sure I maximize this community? So like those football posts, seeing some of the stuff that I be bringing up, topics and things that be getting traction, be in the Titan community, getting to the radio and shit like that, I'm like, okay, we on the right path, but this is our path of rebrand and still doing this. And this all gonna come along with it because it's the season for that right now. It was a season for tournaments. It was a season for comp play. It's a season for everything. But right now the season is their offline content. That's where my focus is with that. And Suave, I appreciate y'all being here. Impulse, what up? I had to make sure I'm looking on this side because there's a few of y'all that's commenting from the other sites. Piece of man over there for sure. Because the more people engage me in Titans media, the more ex-players that engage me, the more they retweet, the more they comment. Eventually, we're going to have a bigger breakthrough on that. That's going to come in and take the things that we doing on this side live and push it up. But it's my job, if I'm watching and seeing how things is working, like, I gotta break my lives and they gotta go on as VODs on YouTube. They gotta go on clips and I gotta make my 3 picture posts every day. I gotta stay consistent with that. Boom, boom, boom. Because I'm live less, but I'm getting more out of the content. If that makes sense. But that's the answer to Jeff's question of like, how am I able to keep going at this point? I can't be sitting here 10 hours a day no more. I can't be here 8 hours a day. I can't be doing 2 streams a day. I think I did that far too long. So now that I do Shop Talk, and the Shop Talk is on Facebook, Kick, Twitch, and YouTube, and I put the short and condensed version up on YouTube, then I'm putting the picture post in Doom on the tweets and all that. Like, just as soon as I start getting invited to some of these Titan podcasts and radio, then I know it's up. You know what gave me a little wink last night? If you was in the stream last night when we was watching Titans Tonight podcast, the Titans put up, with the coaches, and they said that somebody that won the award was from Florence, Alabama. That's my hometown. Is an affiliate to the Titans in the Tennessee radio network, the Titans radio network that broadcasts through Florence. That person won like the big award from my city, and I'm like, you see what I'm saying? It's just like to let you know somebody from Day Market is in Alabama. That's an affiliate of them that, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, it's just like the wink of saying like I'm on the right path with this type of content. Lock Kick, no one shoe plug in the city. Marquette, hey, Lock Kick. NBA YoungBoy concert sold out in Birmingham. I would not be walking outside my house. Isaiah, what up? The Chargers is up 14-0. I thought the Vikings had a pick 6. He said switch up every day, B. YUG say, oh, they dropped it? Cause I'm looking at the game and then I'm looking at all the monitors trying to make sure I don't miss y'all comments. I'm a jumping on rank in a second. I'm in gold or the one? I don't know, bro. I need to play like 10, 15 games tonight though. I need to get busy. I got my team upgraded. I need to get busy. I need to get busy. I just want to get the Njoku. You ain't got no money left in fantasy. Made and quit. Yeah, I mean, just having the best cards don't mean you're gonna win. I think we all should know that at this point. Having the best cards don't mean you're gonna win, man. Just mean you got the best cards. That's all. Since they took the spin, so Mike and got Gary Wilson. So Jaden Daniels and got Lamar. I mean, I got Calvin Johnson for free, so he plays the slot. I could get a better guy, but I don't. I'm good. I know the Vikings is over there sick every time they think about the fact that they had Sam Darnold and they had Sam Darnold and and Daniel Jones. And they over there with Carson Wentz. Nigga watch all day, but reactions come hard. But that's the thing though. The strangers that are Titan fans that are starting to love my content because the stuff that I say is more is pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? They starting to see how good my content is. New people coming every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not concerned about the reactions because people will comment without reacting, and that's cool. Because, like, at some point they're going to. It's my job to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. The people have no choice but to be like, you know, like kind of addicted to the content. Because it's like people starting to realize just because I disagree with you or we disagree on a post or disagree on a topic don't mean we can't be cool. I think the more people that figure that out is like my personality is like, bro, I'm going to disagree with you. But that don't mean just because I disagree with your point, I don't like you as a person. Because some of the people that y'all notice on my post comment all the time is people that started off arguing with me or disagreeing with me.
Let me teach you how to
realize
vibe.
like, bro, ain't no evil person or don't not like me because I disagree. Because some of them will say that. They'll be like, oh, you just don't like me because I disagree. I'm like, nah, I actually think it's pretty cool when somebody disagrees with me. Like, personally, I think that's a cool thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody ain't gonna be in agreement. I probably won't like you if you agree with everything I say. I don't like nobody that's gonna be kissing ass. That's just me personally. So it's like that's the rebrand. The rebrand is I'm more focused on the offline stuff I do than the lives, but the lives is more concentrated on answering questions, explaining, making VODs for the YouTube, and then coming on and getting some good gameplay because we still gonna build a team and put belt the ass on here. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you got like I always say, you gotta water the plant that grows. You gotta water the plant that grow. And there's some things in my life that I'm going to be focused on too that I think is gonna help everything. I kind of want to get this Sam Laporta. I kind of want to get this Sam Laporta. I mean, he's only 400. What Big Jeff message say? He say we smoking on that Giants pack. That's what it say. It say we smoking on that Giants pack. That's what it say. It say we smoking on that that choke last week. That's what it say. Smoking on we smoking on that Bronco Let's Ride pack. Bro, who am I putting my X Factors on? Oh, Derrick Henry. That's it. Hey, you asked and I told you. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean. Chargers out here in rare form tonight, ain't they? Chargers in rare form. Chargers is in rare form. But anything y'all want to, Jose, Tyler, what anything y'all want to ask about, go ahead and shoot, man. Now's the time.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Y'all got any questions? Chargers got their defense back. I mean, the offense looks pretty nice too. I mean, left tackle gone, right tackle gone, both starting running backs gone. No problem for the Chargers. No problem for the Chargers. That's why I told somebody today, I said, I think Jim Harbaugh is a better coach than John Harbaugh. I think Jim's a lot better coach than John. Argue with a wall. But I'm glad Jeff asked that question though, because it's a question that I think we all ask ourselves at times, like what's our motivation? What's our why? Just the thing about Jalen Armour Davis, like he's a solid player. I just think we look at Armour Davis a little different because we seen them get rid of Brownlee and Cheeto to get Armour Davis. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the hold up on Armour Davis is that they got rid of rid of Brownlee and they got rid of Brownlee and Cheeto to get him. You don't know what he asked? It's in the Discord. I forgot you ain't in the Discord no more. I'm gonna go back and read it. Let me see. Let's see. I'm gonna read it. I think I'm close to it. Why do you keep doing this year after year? I know you say you enjoy the talks, but what does your bigger picture look like? That was his question. What does the bigger picture look like for content year 5, 6? Basically, what's my why of why I still like making content? But I thought it was a good question though. You see what I'm saying? I think that's a really good question of like somebody that's been doing something for a long time. Like what motivates them? Because last night on Love Is Blind, the girl already was a millionaire through some stuff that happened, and she met a dude in the pods and fell in love with him, but she felt like their lifestyles was too different because he was a single dad with a kid and he lived a more simple life. Dude was a cool, you know what I'm saying? He's a fly dude, you know what I'm saying? Pause, but you know, it's just like she don't have kids and she's a millionaire with millionaire friends and she's like, oh, well, it's Wednesday. I want to go to Italy or something like that. He's like, I got to get my kid from school. Like, I don't know if you fell in love with the idea of having a family and and it ain't really for you, just let me know. And she was trying the whole show trying to make it like that's what it went about. It's like, but that's what it's about. Like, you kind of a superficial person. Like, you a woman in your mid 30s, almost, you know what I'm saying, pushing 40, and you got money, but you don't have no family. You ain't never had kids. You just, you know, a person with money with, you know what I'm saying, a purposeless life. And he got a purpose. And she's like, oh, we're so different. He's like, only thing different is you got enough money. You don't have to go to work tomorrow. I got to go work to take care of my son because my son's more important to you and me. And she just couldn't handle it. But she didn't want to look like a villain though. But it's like, that's the reality of it, girl. Like, you like the glamorous lifestyle more than you like having a man. And if you do find a man that's a multimillionaire with no kids and no family that just want to travel the world, he probably ain't gonna want no 35 to 40-year-old woman. He's finna go get him somebody 25. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's gonna have fun. He's gonna toss her when he get to the next stop. You know, the chick was like she wasn't willing to come to grips with that. But by the end of the season, she came to grips with like, yeah, that's pretty much the truth. So it's like, I just am all about purpose at this point. You gotta have some kind of purpose. I just can't just be blindly just doing stuff out here. We're gonna get into some gameplay. We got a new most feared team. 50 Titans, 50 most feared. We gotta get our grind up on ranked. We're gold 1 to answer Terrell's question. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, tap in on Kick and Twitch. I like to turn the music on. I like to give a different vibe with the gaming content. Shotbybuddha on Kick, Shotbybuddha FB on Twitch, and